Hello, in this video we want to solve this question. This is a question from microeconomics chapter consumer behavior. Topics is income consumption curve and Engel curve. The utility function of two goods x and y are given as u equals to x to the power half, y to the power half. If the prices of two goods are given as Px equals to 5 and Py equals to 2, find the equations of income consumption curve and the Engel curve for x. Now first, what is the equation of income consumption curve? Income consumption curve, first we define the income consumption curve, then we derive the equation for the income consumption curve. Income consumption curve ICC. Income consumption curve denoted by ICC is the locus of points in the commodity space showing the equilibrium commodity bundles associated with different levels of income of money income for constant prices. Income consumption curve is the locus of points in the commodity space showing the equilibrium commodity bundles associated with different levels of income for constant prices. In a two commodity world, we measure commodity X on the horizontal axis and quantity of commodity Y on the vertical axis. A consumer wants to maximize utility subject to the budget constraint. This is the budget line. A1B1 is the budget line and this is the IC1, and E1 is the equilibrium point where budget line is tangent to the IC. At equilibrium, budget line is tangent to the indifference curve. Indifference curve IC. Now, budget line is tangent to indifference curve at equilibrium means that at E1, what is the slope of the budget line? Absolute slope of the budget line equals to absolute slope of the indifference curve IC. Now, absolute slope of the budget line is Px by Py and absolute slope of the indifference curve is called MRS or marginal rate of substitution. Marginal rate of substitution. Marginal rate of substitution between X and Y. X and Y. Now, how to find MRS? MRS is the ratio of marginal utilities mu X by mu Y. Marginal utility of x by marginal utility of y. We have to calculate mu x, mu y for this utility function. Utility function u equals to x to the power half, y to the power half. Mux, this is the marginal utility of x. Marginal utility of x. This is the partial derivative of u with respect to x. What is the partial derivative of u with respect to x? That is, we differentiate u with respect to x, keeping y constant. That is del of del x. We are using the sign del. That is the partial differentiation. X to the power half, y to the power half. Here we keep y constant. Therefore, first we write the constant term. Then we differentiate x to the power half with respect to x. This becomes half x, this half comes here, then half minus 1. This is basically half y to the power half, x to the power minus half. Therefore, mu x is half y to the power half, x to the power minus half. Similarly, mu y is marginal utility of y. Marginal utility of y. This is del u by del y. This is the partial derivative of u with respect to y. That is, we differentiate u with respect to y, keeping x constant. That is del of del u, x to the power half, y to the power half. Now x to the power half is constant. X is constant, we keep first the constant term. Then we differentiate y to the power half with respect to y. Half comes here, then y to the power half minus 1. This is basically half x to the power half, y to the power minus half. Therefore, MRS xy is mu x by mu y equals to half. Mu x is what? Half y to the power half, x to the power minus half, by half x to the power half. Mu y is x to the power half, y to the power minus half. If we solve this get cancelled. X to the power minus half is here. We take x to the power minus half in the denominator, then x to the power half plus x to the power half. Similarly, we take y to the power half in the denominator, we take it in the numerator. That is y to the power half plus half. This becomes y by x. Hence, MRS is y by x. Now, we show that MRS equals to Px by Py. MRS equals to Px by Py at equilibrium. MRS equals to Px by Py. MRS xy equals to Px by Py. MRS we have derived, it is as y by x. Px by Py is given. This is 5 by 2, or 2y equals to 5x, or we can write y equals to 5x by 2. When money income changes, then the budget line shifts parallelly rightward like this. A2B2, then A3B3, and the IC also shifts upward from E1 to E2 to E3. We take the locus of these we get the indifferent ICC, income consumption curve. The locus of E1, E2, E3 shows the income consumption curve, and this is the equation for the income consumption curve. This is the equation for ICC, and when x equals to 0, y equals to 0 and slope of the line is 5/2, because if we compare this with y equals to mx plus c, then c equals to 0, constant term equals to 0 and m equals to 5/2. We know this is the standard form of an equation of a straight line. If we compare this with this, then m is the slope, which is equals to 5/2 here, and c is 0, that is constant term 0. This is the equation of the ICC, and which is a straight line passing through origin. Hence, ICC, income consumption curve, is a straight line passing through origin. And its equation is y equals to 5/2x. This is the first part, equation of income consumption curve. Now we derive the equation of the Engel curve. We derive Engel curve in xm plane. That is, on the horizontal axis we measure x, and on the vertical axis we measure income. Now, Engel curve will be like this. Here x, here we measure m. This is x1, this is x2, this is x3. And when m changes, the equation also changes. This will be the Engel curve. How to get it? The equation of the budget constraint. The equation of the budget constraint. Budget constraint, m equals to xpx plus y py. What is px? Px is 5 and this x plus py is 2y. This is our budget constraint. Again, y equals to what? Y equals to, it is given as y equals to 5/2x. We substitute here 5x plus 2, y equals to 5/2x, that is 5/2x. These two get cancelled, we get 10x. M equals to, this is the equation of the Engel curve for x. This is the equation of the Engel curve for x. We can write like this, m equals to 10x, or we can write x equals to m/10. Anything we can write, either in this form or in this form. This is also the equation of the Engel curve. It can be written in this form also. Therefore, the equation of the Engel curve is also a straight line passing through origin. The Engel curve is also a straight line passing through origin. Passing through the origin. I hope everybody understood the explanation of this question. explanation of the answer of this question. That's it for this video. Thank you.